talking to.
So Kava is a ceremonial drink from the islands of the South Pacific. Your first time having it, you're not likely to feel the full effects of it due to the reverse tolerance effect that it holds. So you're likely to feel it more the more often you come in, the more often you drink it. But you're still probably going to feel something today if that's the route you choose. Kratom is from Southeast Asia.
Wait, start that one again?
The whole thing?
No, just Kratom.
Okay. Kratom is from Southeast Asia. Your first time having it, you will feel the full effects right away. The kind of effects you're going to be feeling are depending on the vein you choose. Veins are similar to strains of weed. So white is going to wake you up. Think of that as your sativa. Green is right in the middle, your hybrid. And then red would be your indica, awesome for relaxing. And all of these can help with muscle pain, relaxation, socialization, all that fun stuff without hangovers, which is super great.
I love it. And this is all available, y'all, down at the Karma House off 6th and Garrison. Come party.
I also have CBD / THC drinks too today, if you're into that kind of thing.
I'm into quite literally everything.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
The suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Bula. Oh, there, I can kind of feel it now in my mouth. Yeah, on my tongue. That voice y'all heard is our guest today, Chad Tannous. We are coming to y'all from the Karma House down in Lakewood off Garrison Street, 608 Garrison Street.
Yeah.
And Karma House is a Kava and Kratom cafe.
Yep.
And Chad is nice enough to invite me in to kind of tell us not only about the cafe and all the great things they're doing in the community, but also to show me the ropes about navigating Kava and Kratom.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy that you're having me. Karma House Kava Bar is a project that's really dear to my heart. It's helped me in the past with substance use and a lot of other people I know. From what I know, Karma House Kava Bar is the only nonprofit kava bar. So as well as helping the community through our bar and the things that we serve and the teas that we have, we also offer a community center type of experience. So we have different classes, different trainings, workshops. Really any community member can pick up the ball and decide to use their expertise to help the community. We also have improv shows and open mics and fun stuff like that as well. So this is a really special place, and if anybody wants to come get rooted and try some really cool teas, come on down.
Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Get rooted.
Get rooted,
I
yeah.
love that saying. That's fantastic. Okay, so, Chad, we usually like to start all the episodes the same way, but because I got all excited about, V bringing us some drinks and snacks, we didn't really get to know Chad before we got to know the Karma House. So, Chad, we ask all of our guests the same question to kind of get the ball rolling. Are you a native or transplant to Colorado?
I am a transplant.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Jersey. I'm from North Jersey, Sopranos area of Jersey. Yeah.
You know Tony's house well?
I know Tony's house. I used to smoke and go by Tony's house all the time.
What brought you west?
I came out here to go to school in Boulder.
And that's, ironically enough, where we met as well, like when during your college days. And I didn't go to school out here, but at the same time we met through like-minded individuals, group sessions, community things, like outreach like that. And we've been friends since. So when you invited me in today, I had to come check out y'all's new digs because not only is this place popping, but I love finding new spots. So how did you kind of get connected, not only or rooted, I should say, instead of connected, but how did you find your way in this
into the scene?
Industry and scene?
We met when I was still running the Psychedelic Club of Boulder at CU Boulder. I'm now currently on the national board of that project. And we've got about 20 chapters across the country. And when I was running that chapter at CU, It was actually during COVID, so there was very limited things that we could do to have in-person meetings. Even when vaxxes started coming out, the school was still being pretty strict. So what we decided to do was have our meetings at the Kava bar in Boulder. And we, slowly started doing that, and I guess that's how I got into the Kava scene. I started trying Kratom. I was dealing with some chronic pain at the time, which was making going to school really difficult. And I found plants, and I never really went back to using other substances specifically for that issue. I don't judge people for the substances they use, and I certainly love to get high. But I guess that's how I found my way into this community, and now I'm continuing on with some work here at Karma House. So it's really interesting.
And that's a perfect segue right there, because you mentioned Karma House. So how long have you been with the team?
I have been
in the community.
So I've been in the community for over a year for sure. I've been helping with this and getting involved with their PR and social media for about 3-4 months now. Okay. I really started picking up getting involved around December of 2022. And I just, slowly just showed them what I wanted to bring to the project, and they've got a really great team going here. It's awesome. There's Tanner.
Hey, Tanner.
Tanner does a lot of the events and stuff, and he does a lot of the emceeing here, organizes media projects. There's Caitlin, she does our wellness, and then there's the 3 board members, Nick, Molly, and Deanna.
Okay, so it's a fairly intimate team here and community, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, and of course our amazing Kava tenders as well. I can't forget.
I love Dee. She's my favorite.
And this is Waka.
Oh,
he just brought us some Waka Kava. Yeah.
Okay, so let's now dive into the nitty gritty. So we've talked a little bit about the overall concept of the Karma House, but for those that don't know shit about Kava or Kratom, we got a little debriefing from V at the start of the episode. What the fuck is this stuff?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yep. Kava. Kava is a root tea. So that's the best way that I can describe it.
So it's similar to every other teas in the world, but it comes from a root.
Yeah, and it's a pounded root, and when you take that pounded root powder and apply friction to it with water in some kind of way, it releases what are called kava lactones, and that's a chemical with a very sedative, numbing property. So it was used in Polynesian culture for a very, very long time. I'm not sure, how old the practice is.
I can't believe you don't know it off the top of your head. Damn it, Chad.
It's a sacrament. It's a sacrament, and it's an indigenous sacrament, and it's really sacred, a sacred thing to share with a friend in that culture. And that's where the whole Bula chant comes from. It's sort of like giving blessings to everybody and to your own life. And also drinking kava makes your mouth numb, which is a really fun experience. It
reminds you a little bit of that, kind of like an elderberry, when you eat it, and it kind of changes the properties of what things taste like and shit like that.
Yeah. Like emberries.
Emberries.
Sorry, that's a funny comparison, actually. That's kind of on spot, actually.
Thank you.
Because it does change. It does change things. Yeah,
Even though I didn't have the right berry in the vocabulary,
it's all good.
Okay, so Kava is a root tea, and you'll have them available not only steeping, and so they come out cold in cups, and you can drink things by the pint or by what we're looking at is kind of like a miso soup cup, bowl, like how they would drink a miso soup, and so y'all also have Kratom, and for those that don't know what that is,
well, Kratom is more euphoric.
Hell yeah!
So Kratom, it comes from a leaf that I believe is a cousin of coffee, and if you would compare kava to a sedative or a tranquilizer, I would compare Kratom to an opiate. It's not technically an opiate, but I think it's what's called an opiate agonist, meaning that it stimulates those receptors without quite binding to them the way an opiate like Percocet or something like that would.
Okay.
So it's more of the lifted, good, well-being,
euphoric feeling.
Yeah. So,
it's the best parts of it without having a little bit. It doesn't have any of those addictive properties or maybe it's addictive, but it doesn't have any of those brutal properties.
I will say that Kratom can be addictive, and that is something we try to be honest about. Now, it's not delirium tremens kind of addiction, or tremors, with alcohol. It's sort of more You
Like,
might
damn,
get
I
some
wanna feel good
pain,
again.
some
Yeah.
headaches. If you take it like every day for months and you just like stop cold turkey. And that's part of our harm reduction here, is like letting people know about that. That's like part of the spiel, for example, V would give, is letting people know the Kava is not addictive.
Okay.
But Kratom can be addictive if you I guess overuse it.
And so, kick-ass ringtone, my man.
My Disney Channel ringtone just went off.
Okay, and so that's not the last thing on the menu. Obviously, y'all have the basic coffees and the normal teas, but you also have CBD/THC beverages as well. Is that correct?
Those are great.
How the fuck do y'all get away with this out here in Lakewood?
I'm not exactly sure, but those CBD beverages, they get you good. Those CBD beverages will grab you. And they have like a little, I think, THC, and one is like more than enough for me.
Really?
So, in a sitting.
I mean, back in the day, Puff and Tough was one of our regular things. So, are you saying that it hits you in a different capacity than like if you were to smoke or eat an edible or something like that, or does it have those same kind of?
It's definitely more of a
compounds and
head high.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really only like had the CBD drinks that they offer here with Kava and Kratom, so I'm also mixing it with like
platter.
other plant stuff, and which I love doing. I love mixing, but the lifted drinks are specifically like the ones that they use for the CBD stuff, and they'll use the lifted mixers, and they're powerful. They feel really good and relaxing.
You're not lying. I'm
Yeah.
feeling right as rain, and
Yeah.
we're sitting here on only cup 3 as
Yeah.
we're going through and tasting some
Did you
of these
have
flavors.
you had your Kratom, right?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I'm ahead of you on that one.
Yeah.
So it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, this place is a packed house. Y'all don't need any help promoting it, but I want to tell the folks about it. So let's give a little rundown of like how approachable is it? Because oftentimes when you think of a dispensary, it can be intimidating if you haven't been. I'm talking to our friends from out of town. It's a little bit like a normal bar in that you can pull up a seat, watch a little Seinfeld, listen to the music, and just grab a drink. But it's a little bit of a different approach to it. How would you give some tips for those that maybe are listening like, fuck, I want to try this out? How do you come in and not feel like a noob? Or if you do feel like a noob, it's obviously V and the team are very nice, but give us the lay of the land. How do we navigate this?
Everybody's family here. This is like one big family, and we all come from different life paths. Some people here have had a past where, they've struggled with addiction. And then there's some people in the community who just like live in the area and they like hanging out here and coming to the yoga and everything that we have. But we do offer more than, I think, the average Kava bar, in that we do have our community service stuff and we have our programs, and really anybody who wants to schedule a course, a workshop, something during our events that we have in the Headspace in the back, which is a big room that we have, anybody can really offer that. So as little or as much as you want to be involved in this project, you're completely welcome to come here. And we have a really great schedule.
Yeah, y'all's calendar.
We have a wellness schedule and a just fun schedule.
Y'all are booked out.
We're booked out.
Y'all have so much fun stuff going on that it's very approachable for if you're trying to learn something new. Like y'all had the football game on yesterday, and then there's a litany of events going all this week, including things like you said, there's yoga classes and all that, and then y'all are coming up on y'all's 2-year anniversary this weekend. So if folks are like, fuck, how long has this place been here? Or I didn't even know this existed. Well, what a great opportunity to come down and try out something right around the 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, how convenient.
It's almost like we planned this methodically.
Yeah, you know what? Things just fall into place. And we just happen to be having all day this weekend on the 18th and 19th a big anniversary party. So that party is going to include a lot of different stuff. It's going to be all you can drink Kava. We're going to have bracelets. So you pay a certain amount of money. I'm not exactly, I think it's $25, but you might want to ask V because I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But you pay and you get all you can drink Kava all day long. We're also going to have a silent auction. There's going to be food trucks, open mics. And we're going to have our DJs pretty much the whole time. We have a lot of DJs who come participate in this community. There's also Subterra Collective that does Subterra Saturdays here every Saturday, so they're going to be doing that as well, which is just, it's a collective of different DJs.
This is pretty much just...
It's going to be our party this weekend.
It's a fucking vibe, dude. So it really is just like a normal bar. When you look at the calendar, they have trivia on Tuesdays, and they have pool tournaments on, next Thursday, or excuse me, this Thursday. As you're listening to this, if you're like, fuck, I want to try this. I want to, try some Kratom. This is a great opportunity. It seems like it's a really cool scene, and I'm sad that I didn't know about it before today, but can't thank you enough.
Well, you know now, and we're happy to have you.
Hell yeah. You're going to see a lot of me now.
Oh, yeah, please, come by whenever you want. We have also an Instagram if people wanted to follow. It's at the Karma House Kava. So there you can find, in our bio, you can find our website, which has the schedules in it, all of these different events. Come on by and check it out. There's something for everybody.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, dude, so it's been a little while since we've talked business now. We like to kind of goof off with our guests like always anyway, so I wanted to just kind of chat you up, see what you've been up to recently. See, I know that y'all are doing an event similar to like what we used to do, where we did our cannabis and movies. Y'all are doing movies as well. Let me ask you, what was the last movie you saw?
The last movie I saw was the Whitney Houston movie. It's been out recently, and it was a really good movie. It went through like all of her life and her body of work, and I went to see it with some other gays, and we loved it. It was great.
I was about to say, I didn't even know there was. I feel like I saw the
I didn't
trailers,
know either. Like before somebody told me about it that day, and I went and saw it, and it was fucking fantastic, and it really like covered a lot of the unspoken parts of her life, her bisexuality, which was like not talked about, during her career and everything. Yeah,
the height of it.
And also her addiction.
Okay. Yeah. And obviously we, may she rest in peace. She's my queen as well. I love that
Whitney,
woman.
Love me some Whitney.
God, I mean, if I hear it, I'm piping. I'm piping every time. All right, so here's a question. If you're not here having happy hour, which, by the way, they have every single day and week, where's a happy hour you like to hit up in the neighborhood?
I like to do things with my chapters, chapters that I'm involved with helping with Psychedelic Club. So I really love what Psychedelic Club of Denver has going on. I know you went to theirs.
Yeah.
They had a big old event a couple weekends ago at Sports Castle. And they also do weekly events at Mercury Cafe.
The one over there, it's kind of up downtown, like on the other side of Rhino.
Yeah,
5 points.
Basically in 5 points. And yeah, they just had a whole marketplace and bazaar and party in the evening, which was totally drug friendly, harm reduction friendly, and the work that they're doing in the community, I think, is basically irreplaceable. They're holding space for professionals in this growing scene with psychedelics and psychedelic therapy, but they're also holding space for the fun side. And letting people just be children and letting people play. I really like seeing what they have going on there, and those are some of my good friends too, the people running that chapter. So I like hanging out with them, and I like being productive. I like doing something that's helping the community.
I fucking love that, man. Yeah, you're not just like chilling, like waiting on the bus to pass. You're out there being active and going after it.
Yeah, and I get high too, so it's the best of both worlds.
I couldn't agree more. As my tongue goes numb from our second glass of Kava.
We got a few here now.
Yeah, I know. I'm one behind. Now we're both kind of one behind.
I'm behind on my Kratom.
So am I supposed to chug every Kava? Because I chugged that one too.
Kava is traditionally chugged. You don't have to.
No, I just want to make sure.
The way to do it, you know, it's the way you try to chug it.
Well, the Kratom tastes a little bit more like booty than the Kava or Kava. Those hard and soft A's get me confused.
Yeah.
The Kava and the Kratom. The Kratom tastes a little bit offer, whereas the Kava tastes a little bit more like you could sit there and I could slug it. It's easy drinking.
Kratom's definitely bitter.
Yeah.
Kratom has a bitterness, and it's something I pine for now. Like, I
really?
like it. Yeah,
it took a minute of wearing in there.
I like it. My body associates it with, like, pain relief. And so, I mean, it's no more bitter than a strong green tea. at the end of the day. But Kava's just, there's so many different forms you can consume Kava, and there's also extract, which you might get to try.
Oh.
Which is a lot stronger in terms of numbing.
Okay.
And yeah, Kava, you can drink Kava all night.
Really?
Oh yeah, you can go pretty far with Kava.
So can I buy some to take home if I wanted to?
my gosh,
they sell it as well?
Oh yeah, they have a lot of different stuff you could get. They have a whole cabinet of dry supplies over there, chocolate bars, capsules, extract bottles, stuff like that. And then they have also their refrigerator of canned drinks and stuff, which is, you can also take some of those to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this place seems like it's a hidden gem that's, soon, it's not very hidden. It's fucking packed in here. It's a crowd scene,
On a Monday.
On a fucking Monday at 3 o'clock. I
know.
love it. It's a vibe. But it also means that, it's like-minded individuals kind of congregate at, places that they feel comfortable and call home.
Yeah.
Is there any plans for, why don't we have more of these fucking things?
Well, I hope we will. I hope that this is something that'll expand.
Thing? Because I don't know the scene beautifully or brutally well, but it seems like these things could fucking thrive in all communities.
Well, there is a Kava bar that is sort of like the big guy, if you will,
really?
and that's Kava Sutra. And there's 2 Kava Sutras in Denver. There's some in Florida and New York. I'm not sure about California. But what makes us different, I think, is that I think I can say it, more socially conscious and more socially responsible. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, the owner of that business decided to post some very transphobic, hurtful things on his page, and also endorsed some anti-vax culture stuff, which a lot of the time that comes up in the holistic community, and unfortunately I've seen it a lot in the Kava community as well. So that made that space very uncomfortable for a lot of people to be in. Not only that, but they also, I'm not exactly sure if there's something different in their Kava, but they've said that there's different things that they put in the Kava. That I can't verify that or not, but I know that was the big Kava business for a really long time, and now different players are coming in.
Okay, interesting. So let's talk a little bit about the product itself. You mentioned they put something in theirs, or theirs tastes a little different. Does it mean Coors Light tastes is it everybody sourcing from the same, every root of that strain, or what'd you say?
From Kava Sutra's Kava?
No. Are all, let's say, should everybody's, whatever this one is, taste the same? Or is it
certainly
manufacture and source differently, and it channels the same way that way?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it depends which farmer you get it from.
My golden goat doesn't grow like your golden goat.
Exactly. It depends which farmer you're sourcing it from.
Okay.
At the end of the day, every Kava is different.
Uh-huh.
We have a bunch of different kinds of Kava that might come, our Waka might come from somewhere different than another Kava bar's Waka.
Okay, so it's not like your Bud Light's not going to taste like their Bud Light.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Cool.
But yeah, to clarify, when I say something in it, I think there might be a relaxing agent in it or something, or some kind of GABA thing that they put in
just
it.
Something,
Yeah.
And
we do the natural thing, folks. This is real Kava here.
Hell yeah.
And you're getting the real Kava experience for sure.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so before we leave, we do all of our interviews. We try to go about 20 or 30 minutes. This is your first time joining us on the pod, so we want to ask you the same questions we ask everybody, and it lets folks get to know you a little bit more. And these questions are the Stone Appetit question of the week.
Nice.
And it's presented by Standing Akimbo Dispensary. They're our go-to dispensary as a medicinal patient. They not only have all of the things that you need, whether you're looking for flour, concentrate, edibles, or cartridges, but they also have them at a better deal than anybody else in this fucking state. I will put my life on it. You cannot find a better priced cannabis shop than the friends over at Standing Akimbo. Yes, it is medicinal only, but if you need help getting your med card, shoot us a DM at stoned_appetit. I will happily make sure that you get taken care of, because nobody should be without that, which makes them feel right. Or, if you need help getting your medicine, just call me. I'll help you out. Okay, so this first question is, let's say you had a long day at the Karm House. Maybe you stuck around. It was open mic night. There's laughing galore. You get home and you just want to get ready for bed. But you got to get something in your belly. What is that late night guilty pleasure snack that is always reliable and always available to you at home?
I really love chicken.
Well,
I love roast chicken, but
exactly.
my chicken specifically.
How you do it? What do you do?
How I do it? My chicken, my seasoning blend is like, I think, exemplary of my background. Yeah. So I put the Lebanese, the 7 spice, obviously, and my mom has some southern roots on her side, so I put some of the Cajun spice, and I like it just a good dry roast chicken. You know, not too like the skin to be crispy and.
At the end of the night, roast, not a dried chicken.
Like with a rack. I'll put it on a rack in the pan so the stuff drips down, but I like it to be nice and, the skin crispy. Nice and crispy. Yeah, I just love chicken.
So do you like make 1 or 2 for the week and then just put it in a Tupperware and you can go home and nosh on it?
Sometimes I'll get like the big like quarters, chicken quarters or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And, I love a good roast chicken. And also za'atar. Have you had za'atar?
The seasoning?
Yeah. But on you mix it with olive oil and you make manouche and put it on the pita bread. That's a really big one for me. That's just super nostalgic. Put lebne on it as well.
Okay.
Maybe some cucumber.
That sounds fucking delicious. I almost got that from Levin Deli for lunch today. They have a chicken shawarma over there with a delicious...
Oh, a shawarma. Okay, I love shawarma.
It's right up your alley. Give it a whirl next time you're in the Golden Triangle.
What was it called?
It's a Levin Deli.
Levin Deli, okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite... Does the place play good, authentic eats in the Lebanese scene here in Colorado? Because, I mean, everybody fucking has a wrap or a gyro or whatever, but, like, it's hard to find some of those, like, properly seasoned meats, lamb done proper. Does a place... Would you hang your hat somewhere? Someone that... Jerusalem Cafe's not too shabby, but...
I was going to say Jerusalem has some pretty good stuff. When it comes to Middle Eastern food, like, I don't discriminate if it's, like, Israeli as well or if it's, like,
just pure
Egyptian or something like that. Like, that's fine. I know there's some communities here that own a place called Bitcoin Grill, and those individuals are Israeli, and they serve... Middle Eastern and Eastern European food.
Okay.
So, it's called Bitcoin Grill. So that's one that I recently tried. It's over by Aurora.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely check
that
out. It's quite a name.
Yeah, it's like, was Pog's Cafe not available?
Yeah.
I'll take things that aged well for $500.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Bitcoin limit, who knows. But the falafel was decent, and all I know is it's hard to get falafel the proper consistency, so I appreciated that.
That's what I'm looking for. That's the insight I needed, Chad.
Yeah, there you go. Bitcoin Grill, y'all.
I love it. What a name. Okay, so this is the last question, I promise. I won't keep you long. Then we'll start goofing off. Cool. We'll turn off the recorders. Okay, last question of the day. It's called The Last Supper. And let's say it's your last day on Earth. You can have 3 people join you for your last day. They can be dead or alive, but they cannot be friends or family.
Okay.
Who are you having join you at your Last Supper?
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
It really lets us get a little insight into everybody's insides.
I know who the first person who comes to mind is Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
From TLC?
From TLC.
Is that the one that passed?
She did pass, yeah. So that is a person who's passed. And
they don't have to be dead, but
she's the first who came to mind. I've always really looked up to the way that she just spoke up and used her voice, and it wasn't always popular, some of the things that she was saying, and she burned her boyfriend's house down at one point, but who hasn't been there? And that's just relatable queen shit.
Yeah, that is queen shit. Shout out to Riri.
So Left Eye, Riri was amazing last night at the Super Bowl, by the way.
Yes, she was.
I'd say who's another person who smokes weed, like Melissa Etheridge or something, seems like a good time.
I love this.
To
throw
in there.
Musicians.
And then let's get someone.
You want a philosophizer?
Let's get someone more philosophy in there. I don't know, like Marcus Aurelius or old. Yeah. So it'll just be the 3 of us sitting and trying to understand this like old philosopher or Socrates or something.
We'll say that everything translates well into English, so that we don't have that barrier.
Yeah, we're like going from there.
From Latin to TLC.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll just be me, Melissa Etheridge, and Lisa Lopez trying to talk to Aristotle or Socrates or whatever.
I fucking love it, dude. Well, Chad, thank you so much for taking the time to goof off with us today, to kind of show me the ropes around, the Kava plant, the Kratom root, or the Kava root and the Kratom plants, whatever I fucking say right or wrong every time.
Kratom.
Yeah. Before we go, quick reminder, how we can learn more, not only about the 2-year anniversary party that's all weekend long, 18th and 19th, this weekend, and we're at 608 Garrison Street, right off of Highway 6 on your way towards the mountains.
Yep.
But how can folks find more about the brands and things of that nature?
Yeah, I'd say that the best way right now is definitely through Instagram or through our website. And our website is www.thekarmahouse.org. And our Instagram is @thekarmahousecava, all lowercase. So yeah, really the Instagram is the best place I think to go to just like find out what's going on in the community. We'll be posting, and we have posted about the anniversary party that's coming up.
Okay.
So yeah, check us out on our Instagram, and if you don't have Instagram, please go to our website.
If you don't have Instagram and you're still listening to this podcast, I just want to say thank you for doing the Lord's work. Shout out to my granddad. But also, I'm very surprised that somebody would have found us if it wasn't for the social page.
Yep.
But at the same time, if y'all haven't found the Karma House, I implore y'all, if you're looking to try new stuff, if you're looking to meet new people, and just maybe if you're looking for a place to work with comfy chairs and great sippers, you need to come down here to the Karma House. It's a fucking vibe. I'm having a blast, and we're about to get even deeper as I see that some pickle shots.
We got some. No, these are the CBD shots.
Oh,
these are the lifted CBD. So yeah, we're going for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're about to get lifted, y'all.
Well, then let's get the hell off this, y'all. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, as always, stay high, stay happy. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.